Bank of Ghana, and then flouting of foreign currencies in public is also a violation of the same act.
So, because I is it a subject to sorry for that? It's subject to interpretation.
Okay.
By giving out a gift to someone, does it amount to transaction as used in this particular context?
Okay.
Or is it an offense for a Ghanaian to be in possession of a foreign currency? These are all subject to interpretation.
Okay.
We cannot give it a blanket interpretation or meaning that because someone has given a gift and that particular gift amounts to a transaction. It is the word transaction as used over there.
Okay.
Was it for to be used in terms of consideration that someone has given something in order to get something back? If that's the intention of the framers of the law, then what transfer between Samija Efi and Agrada cannot be construed to be a breach. So that's what we need to establish first.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, most people too are saying that Samija Efi have breached the code of conduct that is being lodged by the president, and they cited Section 12, which is and then also Section 13 of the code. Do you think, for integrity's sake, the president should sanction the CEO of Gold?
Okay, good. The issue is that read carefully the code and point to us where exactly the code prohibits any of the government authority from giving money to somebody. There's no provision. People are trying to read meaning into it.
Okay.
But by true construment of the code, both sections 13, 12, and 13.
Okay.
It has nothing at all to do with what Samija Efi did. Now, the president has the apprentice not to live opulence life, not to show off in public and the rest. But if you look at the video clearly, do you see Samija Efi showing off in public? Now, a careful look at the video, you see that Agrada stood with Samija Efi.
Yes.
Samija Efi wanted to enter his car. Agrada made a follow-up and requested for money.
Sure.
Samija Efi went into his car. That's a private place.
Okay.
His car to pull out money. Now, you realize that Samija Efi was counting the money.
Yes.
The woman went ahead and took the money. The one she wanted to give with the one that Samija wanted to keep for himself. He took all away.
Exactly.
And now showed it to the camera. Now, was it Samija Efi that showed the money to the camera? Was it Samija Efi that exhibited that opulence, or somebody else?
Okay.
So why are we trying to link Samija Efi or make Samija Efi look bad as if he was the one that showed? Now the other side of the of my when I listen to the whole arguments around this, is that if Samija Efi had gone into his car and brought out, let's say, city notes, and count, and give Agrada 1,000 cities. 2,000 cities. Counted it and give it out the way he counted this one.
Okay.
Are you sure we'll be having this discussion? No, I'm not sure. We'll be having this discussion. We are having this discussion in Ghana now because of the denomination being in foreign currency.
Okay.
That's why a lot of people are agitated. That means because we've seen dollars, we don't even know whether it's a $1 note, $2 note, we don't even know. But we've come to the conclusion that because they are dollar notes, that means the guy has money. And because he's now in charge of good, for that matter, there will be some fishy deal. But we need to establish that yes, he is using his position to make profit, and the profit for personal gain. Unless that those things are established, all that we are doing will be hot air. So I don't see any ground on which the president will stand out to say, I want to sack Samija Efi or remand him for anything. Samija has not breached any law. If someone feels that a law has been breached, then the person should proceed to court and see how the court will interpret it. I saw an article yesterday, whether a petition or whatever, someone writing to Shraj, so Shraj should investigate the matter. Yes, exactly. It will be the citizens' right to do that. But the fact is, has Samija Efi breached any law? Has he displayed that opulence that we are talking about? For me, what I think Samija Efi did was a political blunder.
Okay.
Knowing the person that he's dealing with and knowing the agitation on the ground, especially coming from the grassroots of the party that they are looking for job. Government is moving slowly in trying to recruit them. Still, there are some known MPP appointees which are still holding some offices which they think that they should have been out. Those are the concerns.
Okay.
So aside that, I think it's just hot air that we are blowing, and nothing will come out from that. Sami did no wrong.
No wrong. Okay. Now, my next problem is we all know that Sami Jemfi has been in the system for so long. He's working, not that it's not working, but my challenge is why do you think people want to use this? Do you think there is an opposition hand in what is happening?
Oh yeah, you realize that within the first 100 days of Akufado's government, we counted as many scandals as you can count.
Sure.
Starting with the contaminated fuel, they jumped onto cash for seats. We had a lot of scandals within the first 100 days of President Akufado's regime.
Exactly.
Now it's been 120 days plus, and they couldn't pinpoint any significant or any single scandal against the John Mahama government.
Okay.
So this thing being looking as if a wrong has been committed by an official, they want to hang on to it. It's just like a man who is drowning, who has seen a blue hook.
Okay. Yeah.
And would like to cling onto the blue stick for survival.
Okay.
I think that's all that we are witnessing right now by the NPP government.
Okay.
NPP as a political party. Yes.
Now, moving away from there quickly, today your General Secretary, Honorable Fifi Fiavi, came out to say that the suspension of the CJ MPP is clearly panicking over corruption exposure, counting on the CJ's protection. What is your take on what the comrade have said?
Okay, so now to fight corruption, the judiciary must have a strong judiciary in order to fight corruption.
Okay.
And the head of the judiciary play a critical role, even though he or she will not sit on the case directly.
Okay.
He has influences. You realize the trial of Opunu.
Exactly.
For example, how judges were changed in and out at the point when they are about finishing the case, a new judge will come, they have to start all over again.
Yeah.
So judges who were transferred. So all those things are issues that or ways by which the head of the judiciary can influence or try to manipulate the system.
Okay.
I for me, I don't want us to look at the removal of the CG as a political or as a political game. Other than that, it's an institution that will destroy.
Okay.
The fact is that the framers of the 1992 Constitution contemplate that there will be a time where a CG may reach the law. Because they are also human beings, just like any ordinary Ghanaian.
Exactly.
And they are equally fallible. So the Article 146 made provision for the removal of the CJ.
Okay.
So if the Constitution makes that provision, it means that at a point, that particular provision could be activated if the person so go wrong against or commit an offense or breach any provision of the Constitution.
Okay.
Now, the judiciary is I don't know how I don't know what word I'll use to describe it. But we are supposed to uphold the law to its maximum.
Okay.
And if the head of the judiciary will be found to be in breach of any of the laws,
Okay.
or any of the laws, then that's a danger to our judicial system.
Okay.
So you realize that Article 146, even though the heading is removal of superior court judges,
okay,
it is not actually state. It's not limited to the CG.
Okay.
Now, there has been litany of cases that the courts over the years have come to explain how the CJ could be removed.
Okay.
And per the court's own interpretation, there must be a different layer when it comes to the removal of the CJ, because it makes it a bit simpler when you read the provision.
Okay.
It makes it a bit simpler that you can remove the CJ more than removing even a superior court judge.
Okay.
So the Supreme Court in the J. case actually expanded the frontier, that there must be a prima facie case that must be determined by the president.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, I think we have gone through all this process after the petitions have gone. Initially, we were told there were 3 petitions. Subsequently, we were told there were some 2 additional petitions that came. And looking at it and guided by the president and his lawyers and the Council of State before that the prima facie case has been established.
Okay.
So we must allow the system to run.
Okay.
I don't want to look at it politically. Other than that, a time will come when a new government also comes to power. Yeah. There's a CG that has not done anything, but they must find some way of removing him or her.
Okay.
And the only institution that has survived every military regime is the judiciary. No military regime has ever upheld or has anything to do with the judiciary. If there's a coup, the executives are gone. Okay. The legislature is gone, but the judiciary survives.
Okay.
So it's the only institution that we have. However, like I stated, since there are provisions in the constitution that the CG or any other judge will be removed, then when the person falls foul of it, then the person must go through the same process.
Okay. That's a great explanation and teaching over there. Moving away from there, we are heading to I'm just drawing you to the topic for the day because these are so serious. Just we just intercepted. What is your take on what the majority chief whip, Honorable Nelson Roxin Eche Dafiamepo lawsuit against the MPP MP for Asin South, Reverend Itim Fojo, for defamation over social media posts demanding 30 million Ghana cedis in damage? What is your take on that?
Oh yeah, so defamation is a civil wrong. If you make any unfounded allegation,
okay,
that is meant to tarnish the person's image and bring the person's reputation down in the sights or in the minds of other or common men,
okay,
then the person has the right to take you on. I think the majority chief is within his right, okay, to defend his integrity and his name. The allegations that were made by Reverend Fojo, it's a serious allegation.
Exactly.
Which I try to portray the honorable member as one who takes bribe and be a member of the committees in Parliament. He's been a beneficiary, and a conduit to the receiver and the distribution of the money he purported to have given to members of Parliament on those committees. So I think that the honorable MP is within his rights, and the money involved, yes, the demand is huge, but at the end of the day, it's at the discretion of the court
Okay.
to see whether that match will be given. But I'll be happy if the court upheld it for him.
Okay.
And he's my MP, so he may use some to buy some hot oven for me when he's coming back home.
That's a great one. and you remember me.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Coming straight to today's topic, Ghana without acting president, minority mulls, impeachment proceeding against the president of the Republic, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Now, let me take it from here. Citing of constitutional breach that comes at the back of the absence of the vice president, which we all know currently is receiving treatment at UK. And then also the president, as we speak now, at a summit in Togo. Now, it is also within the news, it is said the Speaker of Parliament too is out of the country, and we all know that the CJ is on suspension. Now, looking at this, the scenario, the minority argue violation of Article 60 of the 1992 Constitution. What is your take on that?
Okay, that's an interesting development. But the question is, who breached the Constitution? Was it breached by the president?
Okay.
Or is it a lacuna that we have in the Constitution? Now, if you read Article 60 closely, especially Article 60 plus 8.
Okay.
When you go there, it says that whenever the president is absent from Ghana or is for any other reason unable to perform the function of his office,
okay,
the vice president shall perform the function of the president until the president returns or is able to perform the function.
Okay.
Okay. Now, when you read 11, 11
yeah,
of Article 60,
okay,
it says where the president or the vice president are both unable to perform the function of the president, the Speaker of Parliament shall perform those functions until the president or the vice president is able to perform those functions or a new president assume office, as the case may be.
exactly.
Time radio.
Now this is where our constitution ended people assuming the role of president in the absence of each other.
Okay.
Now, it does not extend to the CJ. This particular provision does not extend to the CJ.
Okay.
So that's why I said there's a lacuna in our constitution. Now, we are all aware that the vice president is outside of jurisdiction on medical grounds.
Sure.
The president is out of the country on international assignment.
Yeah.
That we have also been told the Speaker of Parliament is also absent.
Exactly.
Now, when you read Article 59, it said the president shall not leave Ghana
Okay.
without prior notification in writing, signed by him and addressed to the Speaker of Parliament.
Okay.
So the first question we need to ask now is that has the president written a letter to the Speaker of Parliament? And if it so happen, has the Speaker received the letter? Now we are all aware that, like us, it is the Speaker is also out of the jurisdiction.
Exactly.
But the Speaker's office is over there. So before the minority will make that assertion
Okay.
or call for the impeachment of the president, they must first verify from the Speaker's office whether a letter to that effect has been written to that particular office.
Okay.
Okay. Now, it is the case that okay. So let's go back into this case law of as far as the Republic.
Okay.
Where President Kufuor and Ali Mahama were outside of the country, and then Peter Alajipi was to take over or act as president, and Professor Asare went to the Supreme Court.
Okay.
Now he asked the question that in this global world, what do you mean by outside the jurisdiction is unable to perform its function?
Okay.
Now, the Supreme Court in that particular case came to the conclusion or decision that the person must be physically present in Ghana.
Okay.
For that matter, so long as the two of them are outside of the jurisdiction of Ghana, then the Speaker of Parliament should be sworn in to take over and act as president in his state.
Okay.
That has been the decision that the Supreme Court arrived at in that particular case.
Okay.
Dismissing Professor Asare's contention that if the president is out over there,
okay,
he cannot perform the functions of president in Ghana. But me, the question I ask myself is that if the president is out there representing the people of Ghana, is he no longer the president of Ghana? Then in what capacity is he out over there?
Okay.
Are you getting it?
Yes.
President Mahama is in Togo, representing the people of Ghana in Togo.
Exactly.
Then we are saying that there must be another person acting as president in Ghana.
Okay.
So in what capacity is he over there in Togo? Is it his personal capacity, or is there as the president of the Republic of Ghana?
Okay.
And when someone is acting, we are going to write acting president of Ghana. You see, so that's what Professor Azar went that in this modern world,
okay,
with technology, where you can be somewhere and still be completing affairs in another location, this particular provision should not be interpreted to mean that when the person is physically absent of Ghana, then the person cannot perform the function.
Okay.
So in his thinking, it could be a situation that the president is down with some sort of sickness. He cannot talk, he cannot move, he cannot reason well.
Time radio.
He's unable to perform any function at all as president.
Okay.
That is when this particular provision of Article 60 should be triggered.
Okay.
However, the Supreme Court decided other way that the person must be physically present. Now, with the situation that we are dealing with right now, where all the three people are out of the jurisdiction of Ghana, so that's a problem, a challenge that we have.
Okay.
That's why I say it's a lacuna. But like I said before, we can talk about a breach. Then there must be the proof that the president traveled without writing to the office of the speaker. The speaker is an individual, but it's an office that is operational. Even when Parliament is on recess, it's an office that is operational.
Okay.
So if you so write to the Speaker of Parliament's office that I'll be traveling out of the country, then the president has not breached any provision or this particular provision of the Constitution.
Okay.
So that's the first thing that we need to establish. Now, trying to call for the impeachment of the president, I don't see it happening though, but it's only Parliament that can impeach the president, or probably the Supreme Court. And even in the Supreme Court situation, it must be a decision that the court might have arrived at, order the president, if the president will defy that order before they can go to that particular level. Okay. But usually parliamentary impeachment process, you need to tell majority to impeach the president. And this to tell majority is what the NDC in this ninth parliament is having. So I don't see it happening at this time.
Okay.
So the question is it people are really meaning to it that the CG must be the next in line? There's a provision in the Constitution which just escaped me, where they give the order that there must be a president, vice president, speaker of parliament, then the chief justice. So people always want to interpret it that in the absence of these three, the next in line should be the CJ. But that is not provided for in Article 60. Okay. Article 60 actually wants people who can occupy or hold that position. And you realize that the framers of the Constitution never contemplated that there will be a time when all the three people will be absent from the country at a particular time.
Okay.
So that is where we are on this. So it's a lacuna which I think the Constitutional Review Commission must take into account.
Okay.
Whether now that we have the Speaker of Parliament also absent, will it fall on the Deputy Speaker, First Speaker of Parliament, and in his absence does it fall on the Second Deputy Speaker of Parliament, or at what point does the head of judiciary take over? I will subscribe to the school of thought that will believe that the deputy speakers should take over rather than the head of the judiciary.
Okay.
My thinking or my belief is that we voted for the president, which is selected by all Ghanaians. We voted for our members of parliament through the same system.
Sure.
But the judiciary will not vote for them. They are there by virtue of our profession as lawyers.
Okay.
And qualification to ask the number of years we spend at the bar and by appointment of the president to those positions. So you realize that their ascending to that particular position has nothing to do with the generality of Ghanaians. Okay. But the members of parliament represent us. So I will subscribe to a school of thought that they should look at it that in the absence of the speaker, the deputy speaker may ask. There are two deputy speakers. I think that will extend the number to 5.
Okay.
And I'm sure that before all these 5 people will leave the shores of Ghana at the same time, it may look quite impossible. Okay. So if the Constitutional Review Committee can also take a second look at it and address it.
Now, my question is: does the Constitution explicitly require the president to swear in acting president before leaving the country?
No, the swearing of the acting president. Okay, so in the absence of the president, it's automatic that the vice president acts. He doesn't need to be sworn in.
Okay.
But the Speaker of Parliament must be sworn in if he is to act in the absence of both the president and the vice. Okay. The Speaker of Parliament must be sworn in.
Okay.
Now, there was a case when Speaker Ajahu was there during the time, I think President Mohammed's first term, when both the president and the vice were absent. He was sworn in.
Okay.
Then I think a week later or so, when they came back a week later, the two of them traveled again, and they have to swear him in.
Okay.
And the Speaker of Parliament said no, he will not be sworn in for the second time. That oath he took for the first time should subsist for the 4 years.
Okay.
At any time that he has to take assume the position as acting president.
Okay.
And that case went before the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court ruled that no, at any point that he has to assume that particular role, he must swear the oath as acting president.
Okay.
And that particular oath also ceases immediately the president or the vice practice down in Ghana. So to swear somebody in, it must be done by the CG.
Okay.
So you see the reason why, one of the reasons why I will subscribe to the school of thought that the CG is supposed to act. If the CG is supposed to act, who is now going to swear in the CG?
Okay.
Because he's the head of the judiciary.
Yeah.
Do you get? Is he going to swear himself in, or is he going to allow, in quote, a junior to swear him or her in? So that's a lacuna over there. Okay. But by addressing your question, the swearing in must be done by the CG and not the president.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, looking at the way minority is going now, are there any international human rights or governance standard that could impact the impeachment process? That is, if they have the ground.
No, like I said, there's only two institutions that can impeach the president. One is the court, Supreme Court itself, and like I stated, it must be that the president defy an order from the court.
Okay.
That's the only instance where they may have that power to do that, or Parliament itself. And with Parliament, you need two-thirds majority to impeach the president, which in this instance the MPP, as a minority in Parliament, doesn't have. Okay. So there's no international law or authority that can impeach any president of a country if the president does not commit any international crime. So in case of Chastela and the rest, there were international crimes of genocide and the rest. In those instances, that's when they will come in and try to arrest you and send you before the court, the international court at the Hague. But in this instance, we are not dealing with a situation of that nature. So there's no international authority or court that can impeach our president for breaching a constitution of Ghana. Yeah, so it's only our court and Parliament that has the right to do that.
Okay. Now, what do we have any provision that could be cited as ground for what they want to do?
Oh, so I'm sure they want to go on the back of Article 59.
Okay.
Which says that he must inform the Speaker of Parliament before leaving. That will be his ground. That may be their ground. And like I stated, they must find out whether the president actually wrote to inform the office of the Speaker of Parliament that he'll be traveling out of the country.
Okay.
And that the vice president is also not in the country. So that's what the only ground they may have for saying that the president has breached the constitution. So if you soon find out that the president has breached the constitution, yeah, they may have a legal remedy before the Supreme Court. But I seriously doubt that blunder will occur. That the president will not write to the office of the Speaker of Parliament before leaving the country.
Now, what if it comes that he did not write any letter?
Oh, so that one, so like they are agitating. It's only in this instance it's only Parliament that they can use, because it's not like I stated, it's not an order. The president has not defied an order from the from the Supreme Court. So this one is only Parliament that they can use, and in this instance, they don't have the number to do that.
Okay. So now, what role will the judiciary play in determining the constitutionality of the president's action?
As for the judiciary, the main task, especially the Supreme Court, is to interpret the constitution. So if someone feels that there's something ambiguous, or they have their rival meaning, or someone has breached the constitution, then you seek that remedy before the Supreme Court of Ghana.
Okay.
So if they so decide, they may go there to see what the Supreme Court may see. That if the president has not informed the Speaker of Parliament before leaving the country.
Okay.
What do they want? They want him impeached, and I'm sure the court may refer them back to Parliament that if you want him impeached, then use the parliamentary proceedings of impeaching him. Yes, and which, like I stated, is a tall mountain for them to climb, looking at the balance or the numbers in Parliament.
Now, do you think mostly people are saying that the NPP as a party is becoming irrelevant. So they are doing more so that people will hear of them. Do you agree with them?
Oh yes, that one I do agree. They are trying to be relevant. You realize that when so let's go to the Bible, the story of Zacchaeus.
Okay.
The short man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when he wants to be seen, he must climb. He decides to climb a tree. It's because of his height.
Mm.
And now NPP is because of their numbers in parliament. They are more or less like Zacchaeus in the Bible. So they must make a lot of noise for them to be heard. However, the press conferences and the media engagements are not on issues that actually people are taking key interest in.
Okay.
So every day they want to organize one press conference after the other, and the more they do that, the more irrelevant or nuisance most people are seeing them.
Okay.
Okay. So yes, that is true that that's how they are becoming. But if you listen to Akonimakis, the minority leader,
exactly,
I said that's the only strategy by which they can also deal with the government. But I think they are overdoing it, and by so doing, they may become irrelevant in the political space with time. And whatever they say, a lot of Ghanaians will not take them seriously, especially looking at even with what is happening with the CD and the reduction in petrol prices, and yet they seem to have not found any reason to at least acknowledge or praise the government for doing anything right. Because in the first place, you listen to the minority leader who claimed that the city is stable and appreciating against the dollar because government is not spending. Then the following day is because of the war, the trade war between China and the US.
The US.
You see, so a bit of these inconsistencies will make them irrelevant in the political space if they continue on this tangent.
Okay, now moving away from there, we now know that the president is not in the country at the moment. But what are the implications of the president's absence on the governance of the country?
I think the office of the president is not an individual person, even though we have a figure called president, but there's a government machinery that is working, especially under the chief of staff. So, constitutionally, yes, there must be a president, someone acting in Ghana. But I think if all other, this one has nothing to do with law, actually. Because the constitution actually provides that there must be a person in Ghana acting as president, which in this instance we don't have. But if the government machinery is working, then I think that's okay until we hit the rock before we know what to do. So if it is not working, there's no way for you to fix it. But constitutionally, yes, there must be someone acting. So the question now is who is now acting as president? And that's where the gap or the lacuna in the constitution comes to play, which, like I stated, the Constitutional Review Committee must help us resolve and fill that particular gap.
Now, someone just sent a question. They said, why is the minority trying to impeach the president? What will be the reason and what will they get from it?
Oh, what they get from it? It's a political game. They don't want him to be president. We realize that way back after 2016, when election, after 2016 election, right from that time, they've been singing the song of Mahama not coming back again, can never be president again, and throughout the campaign, trying to see all sort of things against him, and he can never be ruling Ghana again. You listen to all those things, with the prophets also coming with their own side of the revelation and the rest. So what are the gain is that they don't want to see him succeed.
Okay.
And these are political strategies. They have to put you off guard. If you go focusing on those things, then maybe losing sight of the bread and butter issues that the country needs.
Okay.
And the positive that they have talked so far as a government. Yes, so it's a strategy, it's a political game. Because if they impeach the president, the vice is there. There's a system. And in the absence, there'll be a speaker. And if you read carefully the provisions, still under Article 60. I want to look at this.
Okay.
Okay, so Article 68, clause 13.
Okay.
It provides that where the Speaker of Parliament assumes the office of President as a result of death, resignation, or removal from office of the President and the Vice President, there shall be a presidential election within 3 months after his assumption of office.
Okay.
So you see the end benefit that they are trying to achieve. But if it so happens that the president and the vice are removed from office, then Article 60.13 will be triggered, which means in the next 3 months after their removal, they must go for another election.
Okay.
So that's the end result that they are targeting. Yes.
Wow. Now, how would the doctrine of separation of powers be applied in this scenario?
Okay, so you see, the doctrine of separation of powers is to the effect that all the three main organs of government must operate separately in terms of personnel and in function.
Okay.
So the executive, once they promulgate, they formulate the law, it is passed by Parliament, implemented by enforced by the interpreted by the judiciary.
Okay.
Now, once we talk about the separation of powers, that all the arms of government must be distinct, seem to be doing their own thing differently. There's a twin part of separation of powers that talks about checks and balances. Okay?
Yes.
In that, these three organs must at the same time, even though they are operating separately, they must also be seen to be checking each other. That's how when someone formulates the law, the other person is supposed to pass it, the other person is supposed to interpret it, to see that if this person brings a budget, this person must approve, and this person must see to it. And so there are ways by which they both check each other. But so you realize that the president, as we have, is an executive president.
Okay.
But at a point, this same provision, Article 60, it actually allows the legislature through the Speaker of Parliament to enjoy that executive power by acting as president.
Okay.
So you see that there's a blend. Even though we are supposed to be separated, but at a point, it brings in the legislature to assume an acting role as the president.
Okay.
Now, in the case of Alagite, I think Alagite the first time when President Kufuor left, he acted.
Okay.
You realize that immediately he ordered for a presidential convoy, and after Parliament, they drove him straight to the presidency, and he went and sat at the president's office and issue out orders as if he's the president.
Okay.
So those orders, can he remove? So at that point, can he remove a minister? Can he appoint a minister? Can he remove a CEO? What exactly are the things that he can do?
Okay.
As a matter of fact, he cannot remove any minister. He cannot appoint any minister. He cannot appoint any CEO.
Okay.
It's a ceremonial position that he's supposed to occupy.
Okay.
So, in effect, even though the president is not physically absent, present in the country, he is still the president, because the president can still be outside of the country,
Okay.
and still perform his executive role, because he can still be there and sack a minister in Ghana.
How possible is that?
Yeah, it's possible. Remember, when the Chikata was Attorney General, the fast track High Court case.
Yes.
Chikata won the initial when he challenged the creation of the fast track High Court. He won that, but the president President Kufuor was outside of the country. He was over there when he nominated two additional judges. Two additional judges to the Supreme Court that came and overturned that particular decision. So even though he was outside of the country, he is still the president of the country, and can still give an order that will be implemented in Ghana. So that's why Professor Azar went to the court. Professor Azar went to the court to challenge this particular provision by saying that the person must be physically present in Ghana before he takes executive decision, which in effect is not so. Because as we are aware that the president is outside of the country right now, he can be there and remove any of his ministers. He can be there and remove any of his CEOs. He doesn't need to be in Ghana to remove any of his appointees or to make any other appointments.
Time radio.
So those are some of the issues I want to bring out.
But is there any act that warrants the president in doing that in our constitution?
No, he's the appointing authority. So he can appoint, and at the same time, use the word disappoint, remove any of them. So the ministers and the CEOs are his appointees. So anyone now who's public office by appointment can be removed by the president. Yeah, so they are there to represent him, because it's only one person cannot be over. That's why he has to appoint ministers and CEOs and DC and MCs. So he can at any time remove them from office as well.
So if this impeachment was to come on, how is it going to affect the country?
Oh, okay. So the effect it may have is that one, we will not have a president for an executive president for a 3-month period. We will have the speaker acting as president, and there are some executive decisions that he may not be able to take because he is not an elected executive, because our constitution provides for an executive president. He may only act, and you realize that they made provision for only 3 months. And the 3-month provision is actually targeted at the Electoral Commission getting ready to organize an election. That's why he's going to ask for that particular 3 months, so that we can quickly reverse. So the country is likely to stagnate for the next 3 months. But the other question is that now that we have removed the president, what happened to the ministers? Because the ministers derive their power or their authority from the president. That same president that you have removed, who has appointed them and give them the staff of office for which all of them have been sworn into, you have removed them. Will they still be ministers? These are some of the questions that if the court, if you go before the court, then the court will give us an interpretation. But will they still, because they are drawing their legitimacy from the president, because on their appointment is signed that you have been appointed by, let's say, President Manama. And if it so happens that President Manama has been removed as president, will you still be legitimately recognized as that particular, legitimately occupy that particular office because the source of your power has been taken away.
Sure.
So these are some of the thorny questions that when if someone wants to test the law, go to Supreme Court, then the court may give us or help us understand how we should fill that particular gap.
Okay. Now, that after the 3 months, when election is supposed to be organized, can the president removed still have the opportunity to stand?
The provision is silence on it, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure that person. No, the person is. I'm not sure he will be qualified to stand for president again. Even though there's no particular, the constitution is silence on it, though, but I don't see any reason why the person should be qualified again to contest.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, when we talk of impeachment, if it were to come on, let's look at the MP side. Will they still remain in parliament, or they will also have to be voted for again?
No, they will remain in parliament. They have not been impeached. There's nothing that they have done.
Okay.
They are members of parliament representing their various constituencies. The president is representing the entire nation. So it will not. They will not be removed as members of parliament, or it will not affect their tenure as members of parliament. No.
No.
That's a legislative arm.
Okay.
And what we are dealing with is the executive arm of government. Yes, which are two different organs.
Okay. Now, looking at it, before, as you said already, before the president will be impeached, there must be a vote in parliament where either 1/3 or 2/3 of members, must vote in favor of the impeachment. Now, if we have the 2/3 being the NDC now in parliament, and the impeachment process went through, don't you think this is going to bring stagnation to the development of the country? Because we are having, let's say the NDC is having majority in parliament with a different president.
Oh yes. We nearly experienced that during the last administration.
Okay.
We realized that the numbers 137, 137 plus 1 independent, which tilted it in favor of the then NPP government.
Okay.
Yes, it will stagnate the development of some of the work of the country.
Okay.
But you realize that our constitution as it stands now gives a lot of power to the president.
Okay.
That there are some things that the president can do without recourse to parliament, which somehow were exploited by the last administration, NPP administration.
Okay.
There are some things that the president can do by executive instruments. Okay.
Yeah.
And if they pass those executive instruments, that's all. Then they are good to go.
Okay.
So yes, the president may be able to do some, but there are some which they may also not be able to do. So, for example, we realize that because of the hung parliament we had, some of the president nominee for Supreme Court, that there are some 2 judges that he nominated. Actually, they vetted them. All that was to be done was for them to be voted for, but because of the hung nature of parliament, they couldn't go through.
Okay.
They didn't even do the voting on them. Then, because that was the time when MPP started having issues with Sarah Morrison and the other people who were not coming to parliament, or some of them wanted to go independent, and whether to sack them or not to sack them. That debate also came. So they couldn't do that. And there were some 5 others who were also nominated based on the recommendation of the CD, which was one of the grounds upon which they are calling for hair removal.
Okay.
That one also never saw the day of light, simply because of the balance in Parliament.
Okay.
If it were to be the case that NDC had majority that time, I'm sure most of the appointees will suffer.
Okay.
Okay, even though some suffered. But so in the event that the president is impeached and we now have a different person being the president with NDC with total majority, then the removal of that particular president will be as easy as anything.
Okay.
Yes.
So now let's come to the effect it will have on the economy if this should have happened.
Oh, yeah, so like I stated, we are likely to experience some three-month stagnation.
Okay.
When we will not have an executive president that can take executive decisions. So we will have that particular period, and we also need money to organize another election.
Time radio.
And we all know the effects and the effect of organizing election, the expense that goes on, the anxiety it generates in the system.
Okay.
So all those situations will just play back quickly for us to see. So yes, it will have negative economic impact in the immediate term. Yes.
Now, lastly, we are having 5 minutes to go. But do you think that if the minority is not able to succeed, there is any action that can be taken against them?
Against the minority?
Yes.
No, there's no action that can be taken against them. I know if they attempt that, if the order they will need to they want to do is for them to just keep it in the history of Ghana that there was once an attempt that was made to remove a president.
Okay.
I'm sure that's what they may seek to achieve, and which they themselves know that it's an impossible task trying to remove the president at this time. Yeah, I don't see it happening.
Okay. Now,
yes.
The young ones out there listening to you right now, what do you think should be the lesson they should learn from what we are experiencing this time?
Oh, okay. So the only lesson they should know that there's law that governs everything in Ghana.
Okay.
And that the president is also not above the law. His movements are regulated by the law. He can try.
So that is lawyer Emmanuel Pekata on the line with us. We have lost him, but we'll do everything possible to bring him back online so that he will conclude with us as we wrap up. So we are talking about the impeachment of the president. They said Ghana without acting president, minority in parliament trying to impeach the president or the proceeding against President Mahama, all because he was not able to swear in an acting president before leaving the country. We all know that the vice president currently is on treatment in the UK, and we all know that the Speaker of Parliament is not in the country. But we are also looking at various ways and means where we want to know the ground on which the minority can stand to say they are impeaching the president for not doing the needful before leaving the country. So lawyer Emmanuel Kwekata has been with us, and our time is almost up. Yet we will try to get his very final word before we leave him finally to go. But don't forget, if you have just tuned in, you are live on Time Radio TV with me, your host Nana Bonsu, on the World Uncovered talk show. Today, the 14th of May 2025. So, my producer is doing everything possible to get. Okay, Honorable is back. Okay, so please, if you can proceed with us, and then you give us your final word before we say goodbye.
Oh, okay. So, finally, just want to thank the good people of Ghana, and extend my special greetings to the people of Southern, especially the Pekata family of Piki, Chami, and the good all my branch executive members of Southern and the ADC fraternity in Southern. We know that the calls are coming. People are looking for jobs. Yes, when the 24-hour economy takes off fully, there are some institutions that have started, like the passport office and the rest. When the other state agencies and other private organizations are also roll onto the policy properly. A lot of jobs will be created, and the better it will be for all of us as Ghanaians. We'll find something doing, and everybody will be happy.
But lawyer, let me come in here quickly before we let go of you. The minority has been on the NDC for not implementing the 24-hour economy within the 120 days of the president. So far, what are we still waiting for?
The president and the government didn't promise that they are going to implement 24-hour economy in 120 days. He said the policy will be made for the 24-hour economy within the 120 days, and the consultation has been ongoing towards it. And the president, when he addressed the nation, also stated that the policy, yes, they are working on the policy. It's a policy that must come. There are some laws that they must change. The GIPC law, some other provisions, some other laws must be changed. Because we want international, we want foreigners to come and open up the factories in Ghana. We must look at our tariff regime, the incentive that will be given to companies that will be running the 24-hour policy. Yes, so we need to look at all this. It will not just come out from the blue that because they talk about 24 hours. So we realize that the passport office that doesn't actually need any legislative realignment. Legislative realignment actually has moved on, and they are implementing it. But the other areas that will need it, we need to pass law to back it. It's a policy, it's a government policy. It's not like the way they came with sloganerism and nothing has been seen out of it. Planning for food and job. We can't even see the plan before seeing the job.
Serious. but how fast can this be? Because as of now, UK is implementing, let me put it that way, a law that will cease people from going there for this, should I use the word nanny work or house help job and all that. Most of our people are coming back to the country. How fast can we do this so that at least the grassroots and people around will be able to get something to do?
I want to believe that when Parliament resumes, that's one of the things policy that they will consider. And the various laws that they have to amend, I'm sure by the time they resume, it should be ready for them to work on. And when those laws are amended, yes, then we can now open the doors for the private institutions or companies that are interested in running those policies to enroll on it and enjoy the policy, so that it will also create the avenue for job creation for a lot of the youth in Ghana.
Has this got anything to do with the Constitution Review Committee?
No, I'm not sure the Constitutional Review Committee have to do anything. There are trade policies. There are laws that regulate some of the trade areas.
Okay.
Okay, those are the laws that they have to look at.
Okay.
And the policy aspect has to do with the incentive they will get, especially the electricity. Because if I work and close at, let's say 6, and we are rolling out a policy that says that, okay, I can work in the night. That will also mean that means I'll need more electricity to work in the night.
Okay.
And are you going to give me a reduced tariff? Because by working in the night, I'll be paying light bill, but at the same time creating job.
Yeah.
Just for other hands. So government, so those ones will come in terms of the policy.
Okay.
Now, under our GIPC Act, there are laws or there are limitations as to how much a foreigner needs to open a company or set up any business in Ghana.
Okay.
So now that we want it, we need to amend it, reduce the figure so that we can attract a lot of foreigners to come and invest in our country. So those are the laws that they'll be looking at.
Okay.
And the policy that the government must also put in place before it will take off effectively.
Okay. My main concern is about the youth. So we are expecting that things will move fast, and then the youth.
Oh yes, there are programs that we are rolling out. Even recently, the work abroad program, which we spoke about the other time.
Yes.
Yes, the portal has been open for people who are interested to apply, and I know a lot of people have applied.
Okay.
While we in consultation is in collaboration with the Ghana National Fire Service, is trying to engage some 5,000 firefighters.
Yeah.
And you see that the blue water guards have also been launched and engaged already. So people have been engaged and they are working, trying to get our water bodies back to eat normal. Yeah, so the jobs we are working on it. We are creating them in the system gradually to get to everybody's turn. One thing I always say is that it's not all of us that will get space in the government sector.
Okay.
Government can only employ, I think, 600,000 Ghanaians at a go.
Okay.
At 700,000 Ghanaians at a go. So our focus should be the environment that the government will create.
Okay.
Okay, for people to take advantage of and to employ themselves.
Okay.
The youth in apprenticeship has also been rolled out, and the portal is also open for people who are also interested in it. If you want to learn carpentry, masonry work, if you want to be a plumber, any artisanal work,
okay.
Yes. Based on that policy, the government is saying that they are going to put you in the job or a skill training, and they will give you stipends. Just like the way we have been giving the allowance to nursing and teacher training students. Okay. We give you something at the end of every month whilst you undergo the studies.
Okay.
And at the end of the studies,
Time Radio.
Government will make available to you some of the basic equipment that you need to start. Then we also open up and employ somebody and engage other people. So those are some of the avenues that the government is actually looking at, and we are rolling them out gradually, and with time, and the youth will be sorted out.
Okay. Honorable, thank you so much. Your final word, and if you still have one or two people after you have started greeting them, then we can
okay. So just to greet Honorable Kwame Ofusu from South Bank, and Dr. Johnson Asema, the governor of the Bank of Ghana, is also from my constituency. Honorable MP, the majority chief whip, also my MP, and all NDC supporters. My special greetings to all of them.
Okay. Thank you so much, lawyer, that you always respond to us. Your busy schedule, but still, when we call, you make time with us. We are so much grateful.
You're always welcome.
Thank you.
Okay.
So that is lawyer Emmanuel Pekata, who has just taken us through the topic for the day: Ghana without acting president, minority malls impeachment proceeding against the president Mahama. So if you have just tuned in, you are live on Time Radio TV, and the program coming your way is the World Uncovered Talk Show. And I am your host, Nana Bonsu. This is where I will have to draw the curtains for today, thanks to all those who have joined me on Facebook. Unfortunately, our network disturbed a little, but I know you bear with us. Here at my end is disturbing. I don't know your end, but if it's the same at your end, really sorry about that challenge. We're still working things out. And those who have joined me on TikTok, thank you so much for being with me. Let me say a very big thanks to my CEO, Ambassador Samuel Kwesi Osei, for being part of the show and making everything possible. Thank you so much, sir. And also great things to Apostle Ike. I wish you speedy recovery wherever you are. May the Lord be with you. And good evening to Mr. Musa Koni, all the way from Sierra Leone. And also to Dr. Mrs. Sally from Lesaldo Recruitment and Employment Limited, Ghana. And thanks to my production team, my director, and all those who have made this the World Uncovered Talk Show a success this evening. Thank you so much. And a good evening to all the people of South Dine. Good evening to all my people of Nzima in the Western region. And let me use this opportunity to say a good evening to my very pastor and a mentor, a father in the Lord, Apostle Philip K. Osei of the Greater House Chapel International. Thank you, Papa, for being there with me and always standing with me. Thank you so much. And a good evening to all members of the Greater House Chapel International. And also a good evening to Reverend George Chama of the Christian Assembly Church, Pantine Village, Victory Power Chapel, and also to Mr. and Mrs. Grant Giseri, and to all choir members of the Victory Power Chapel International, Christian Assembly Church, Pantine Village. Reverend Mrs. Margaret Chama, good evening to you. And to my very good friend Ebenezer Yamo, called NK Levels, all the way from Ouija. Thanks for being with me and watching the show live. Thank you so much. And also, let me use this opportunity to say a very good evening to all fans all over the world and wherever you are watching me from. Till we meet again tomorrow morning on the Timeline Morning Show. My name is Nana Bonsu. I wish you the best of the evening. Take care and stay glued to Time TV Radio, Time Radio TV. We have a lot of programs coming your way within the evening to dip into the night, where you enjoy our soothing music till daybreak. We come on with the Timeline Morning Show. Have the best of the evening. Bye bye.